Well, guys, Rosie has made it to the end, her final destination. We are folded up, Jeep decked, flipped, and now we're fixing to flip-flop. We are going to go pick our Stinger up from Champlain and grab another one. Do it all over again. Trailer sure is dirty. Really nice people here, guys. I'll show you the driving footage at the end of this, but you just can't make this up. I've never in my life experienced being pulled over by the police in the heaviest of traffic that's moving at a good clip, just for him to tell us he wants to help us get through traffic, and then a DOT officer coming in the other direction, he flip-flops, turns his lights on, follows us, runs with us. Bizarro. This whole load's been bizarro world, but it's been a good run, relatively easy. The pains of this load was delays. That's really unforeseen and uncalled for, really. 3 holidays. Today is the 7th. No, today is the 6th. I don't know what day it is. Yesterday was the 5th, so today is the 6th. Anyway, we're here, we're done, we're signed off, cleaned up, and we're out of here. So here's a little bit of driving footage I got for you. Uniboard, I really appreciate the help you guys give me unloading, putting the trailer together. Super first class guys. Hopefully we'll see you in the near future. You guys take care. What's going on, guys? I know everybody wants to hear the end of Rosie, so I'm gonna fill you in. First, I'm gonna show you this short nose Pete 389 right here. Good looking truck, nice color. See, he's not idling his truck. He's got an APU. That means he values his equipment. If you idle your truck, you are just washing out your cylinders. Anyway, I don't know if you can see way down there at the end, but that's us. We're here in Walcott. Rosie was like a blind date. I went on one blind date in my life. The girl's name was Gina. And not Gina Gustafson of Gustafson Milk, who I did actually date for a little while. But I was told, let's go on a blind date with this girl, you'll like her. And of course I didn't like her. So that's why you don't go on blind dates. So anyway, Rosie was a really easy load. Easy machine, just, you know, to me it was an easy run. What was not easy, look at that beautiful sky, was all the BS that I had to go through That load should have taken tops on the outside of 7 continuous days. Should have been able to do it in 5 days. But let's just say you run into problems 7 days. Took me literally from the time I loaded to the time I unloaded 2.5 weeks. And I haven't really counted it on the calendar to see, but it might be 3 weeks. Let's see. I got there on a Monday and I unloaded Tuesday morning. And I loaded on a Wednesday, so it was 1 day shy of 3 weeks. I just got through having my death row meal. And if I'm ever on death row, my wife would tell you what my death row meal is. Of course, it wasn't completely my death row meal. It was just the fried pork chops part. The other part would have to be rice and gravy with those fried pork chops. So they didn't have that here. So anyway, 3 weeks. Let's just call it 3 weeks. Set through 3 not so national holidays, one for the American folks and 2 for the Quebecians. And look, I'm not going to beat on anybody in Quebec, but I will say this: I was treated very badly in Quebec. So badly that I'm arguing with my pilot car company for what they charged me, and we're still not finished there. I literally had to pull off the side of the road while my chase car, my high pole car stayed with me, but my chase car, he had to go eat lunch. I had to sit on the side of the highway for 1 full hour for him to go sit down and eat lunch. Now, if I'd have been in the States, I'd have fired him on the spot, and I'd have called and I said, send me somebody else. Or I'd have just went on without him. But I couldn't do that up there because I'm the outsider, right? I'm the outsider coming in so I can be abused by the insiders. And anyway, so I had to sit there, and then when he comes back, we make it at least 500 feet down the road, and then he says, oh, I'm out of fuel, I gotta go fuel up. So I had to get off the road again for him to go fuel up. Can you believe that? And then at the end of the day, we've made it to our destination, and I was running on fumes to get there, but we made it. They wanted to charge me for waiting time for the escort to go eat lunch. The high pole car wanted to charge me. And then on top of that, and we did all this in 1 day, they wanted to charge me for an overnight trip, overnight stay. So all that's BS, and we'll get even with them on that. They'll straighten it out, or I'll introduce them to a disputed charge through American Express. They'll know. But anyway, so we're cutting along through Quebec, and I had my GoPro on. I didn't have it set right, so I screwed up the footage, so I don't have that to show you, which really kind of sucks. But we get pulled over by the police. He comes up, I'm like, holy smokes, what is he pulling us over for? He says in French, because I didn't understand what he said, so I had to ask my pilot car guy, what did he say? He just wants to know if we're crossing the bridge because he wants to escort us through this traffic. I said, oh, that's interesting. A police escort for free. And then as we get going down the road about a quarter mile from that, here comes the contrôleur de route, or however how you say it in French. The DOT, basically. So he whips around, kicks his lights on. I'm like, holy smokes, is he pulling us over? So this DOT car and a police car block off all the traffic and wouldn't let nobody come up beside us, and basically escorted us for a good 10 or 15 miles. And then they just, at that point, just went away. Never seen anything like that. So, and I'll insert a picture because it gets more interesting. By the way, this is a drill rig here I'm showing you that we're hauling, transporting. I don't like the word haul. For some reason it doesn't sound good to me. So after we unload, and the people at Uniboard, man, I can't say enough about them. Them guys are great. They, you know, treated me good, helped me put the trailer, or, you know, deck the Jeep and all that. Super, super nice guys. Super nice people. One of them even asked me, have you seen any good looking women around here? So right then I knew that he watches my videos and my reference to the New Jersey ugly women. And there are no good looking women in New Jersey. I'm gonna stick with my guns on that. Not happy with New Jersey. So anyway, we get all put together and we pull out on the road. And the little road as you come out of Uniboard, one of the guys says, look man, there's 5 of them up there stopping trucks left and right. I'm like, well man, I gotta go. And I'm legit, so I kid you not, I didn't make it 500 feet from Uniboard's entrance, and she throws the lights on me, pulls me over, and she was this cute little, you know, short brunette, and she looked really good. So there are some good looking women in Quebec. I have proof of that. Her name was Cindy. Spelled very, very oddly different than how you would spell it in the United States. But she starts talking in French, and I'm just like, yes ma'am. And she figured out real quick that I only speak of the English. So she said, I want to do an inspection on you. All right, most women do want to do an inspection on me, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm cool with it, especially if they're good-looking brunette. So anyway, I start handing her all my stuff, my permit, give her my passport, driver's license, cab card, and she goes, I need to see your IFTA. And I couldn't find my IFTA, but I finally found it and give it to her. And it was still in the envelope that I had, you know, never taken out of the envelope from when they sent me my new stickers. So I give her all that, and she goes, I need you to send me your log. I need to see if you did a pre-trip inspection this morning. I said, well, ma'am, I just come from right there. So I sent it to her, and it never went through. She could never see it. So she said, show me on your logbook where you did your pre-trip. So I showed her. She says, you're good to go. She went through everything else. She gave me a clean bill of health and said thank you and said I was on my way. So unbelievable. I mean, just my biggest gripe with Rosie was my pole car from New Jersey going on. Very, very not happy with him at all. They just gouge you. I mean, unethical rates, little things that they charge for. It's just unreal. And then Quebec, the same thing. My big problem that I had was some of my escorts. Most of my escorts were first class, but those two, well, the three, because there's the two in Quebec. Now, the pole car guy in Quebec, he did a good job. He was first class. The chase car, next time, if he ever shows up, I'm just going to say, hey, you can't run with us, and I'll just park the truck and wait. That's just how it's going to have to be. So, that, and then how we were done on our Quebec permit. I mean, their big beef is a Stinger and a 3-axle Jeep. But I've seen a lot of other trucks running a Stinger and a 3-axle Jeep, so what's the difference? It's totally legal. You know, I can't help it that your engineer's on vacation. You should have somebody else doing their job. That's just how it should be. So all in all, Rosie, an easy run, just took too long. It's unfortunate for Allied Systems. They're probably pissed off. I'm sure they think that, you know, we screwed them over. We were asked to, you know, possibly move that machine at the end of the period from there back to Washington, and I have no problem doing it. We give them a quote if they'll ever talk to us again, but we didn't do anything wrong. We did it all right. We're 100% legitimate, proved it, and just got screwed over. It's just not right. But you know, some things go down like that. So how this gets better, we get back to the States, and I shut down in New York where I sat for 8 or 10 days, and got me some fuel, and was asked to move a load from Indiana to Colorado Springs. The rate confirmation says that it is a forklift, and it weighs 112,000 pounds, and it is 11'6" tall, and it is 12'6" wide. We agreed upon a rate. We signed the rate con. Had a lot of deadhead. We even included that in there. They knew where we were coming from. Can you do it? Yep, no problem. So we get there the day before, and it dawned on me that I never asked them the make and model of this forklift, which is a no-no. So you should always know what you're hauling and then verify the dimensions based off the manufacturer's specifications before you agree to move it. So they said, well, the military can't load you on Friday. And I was there Thursday afternoon. So I said, all right, no big deal. We'll wait till Monday morning. And he said, we'll pay you to set over the weekend, a little extra money so your driver can go buy him a steak. Buddy, we can buy our own steaks, no big deal, whatever. So I sent him an email Friday and I said, what's the make and model on this forklift? And they responded, it's a Cat 988F loader with a set of forks on it. It's actually a container machine that they pick up containers with. And I said, guys, a Cat 988 is not 11'6" tall. That's not gonna fly. Oh, look at the little Schnauzer dogs. I have a Schnauzer. Check them out there. Oh yes, I love Schnauzer dogs. I keep thinking I'm gonna bring my Schnauzer with me, but I don't know. Anyway, he said, well, I said, a Cat 988 is like 14 foot something tall. You either need a beam or you got to pay me for route surveys, high pole, and all of that. Well, we're not going to pay anymore. You said you would run it. I said, you said it was 11'6". Well, we'll get somebody else. I said, that's fine. I will send you a bill for all my deadhead. So I sent him a bill for all the deadhead, and he says, I'll give you $100 for deadhead. And my exact words were, well, pal, you'll give us everything we billed you for, or we'll see you in court. And I fully intend on putting a lawyer on him and collecting that, just because he's an idiot, has no idea what he's doing, and they screwed up, not me. So anyway, and what's interesting about that is Monday morning, I get a call from another guy to say, hey, you were supposed to load this machine to take it to Colorado Springs. Can you still do it? I said, yeah, we can do it, but it's taller and it's going to require more money. Well, how much more? So I give them how much more, and they said, well, the military won't pay that. I said, well, then get somebody else, bud. You need a beam, or you either need to pay. Either way, you know, it is what it is, and nothing I can do for you. He said, I'll call you back. And I knew he wasn't going to call back. So at that point, I get a call, because I have my motor coach for sale. Man, I want to buy it. I got cash money. I said, man, I'm out of town. I won't be back, but I'll get my wife to open it up so you can, you know, look at it and go through all that. And he was just so serious. He says, I have the cash money. I want to give you a deposit. I want to do this transaction. So my wife's kind of uncomfortable, you know, meeting these people that won't know who they are, and she's there by herself. So I said, well, I'll have Charles come be there. Charles has worked for us for over 20 years, and, you know, there won't be any issues. So then I got to thinking, maybe I should just get me a plane ticket and come home and meet this guy. So I booked me a plane ticket, get me an Uber to Louisville Airport. Guy was driving 95 miles an hour to get me there on time. So I get on my plane, come home, my wife picks me up. Well, before I get there, we get on the runway, getting ready to go on the runway, and then the pilot says, we have to go back to the terminal. There's a ground stop in Charlotte. So we go back to the terminal, sit on a plane for an hour. They wouldn't let us off. Anyway, finally get home, and this guy comes and looks, and he said, well, what's your bottom dollar? I said, man, I already told you what my bottom dollar was. You know, you drove 6 hours, I flew here, you knew that. This is not a distressed sale. If you want to buy it, I don't care how you pay. It's all cash to me anyway. You know, it is what it is. Turns out he don't have enough money to do the transaction. So the next day I flew back, very tired, worn out. Rosie has still got that black cloud over my head. And so I get to the truck, and I was determined at that point to book a load. So within 30 minutes, I found this load, and it wasn't far from me. They agreed to my number, and I said I can load it Friday or Thursday. We got there Thursday, noontime. Put the trailer together. It was 100,000 degrees. We loaded at Scott Powerline and Utility Equipment. And I'm telling you, I thought I was going to die and have to go to the hospital. It was so hot. Even the guy that was helping me, he was just like, I thought he was going to fall out and die. So we loaded this baby, and it weighs 100,100 pounds, so they tell me. So we have 2.4. I think we got 140,000 worth on it, I think. So 2.4, 6, 8, 10. And these here are only good for 9,200 because of these small D-rings right here. So that's what we got. The guy that signed us out, if he ever watches this video, buddy, you're just not the guy who you think you are. You're really kind of a dick, and keep being that way. Karma's a powerful mechanism. But anyway, we won't go into that. So, fully permitted, same day. Georgia permit, we didn't get till 9:30. Our escort driver showed up. I'll insert a picture of her for you. And her name was Aretha. Super nice lady. She followed us all the way 352 miles to the Tennessee-Kentucky border, where I shut down last night. And got up this morning. I went to bed at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I slept till my wife called me this morning giving me a hard time at what time was it? Maybe 7:30. This is some onlookers over there, probably telling me how my setup sucks and theirs is better. Whatever, buddy, run it. As long as you buy you some beans and rice with it, it's a good one. So we got up this morning, got a shower, went into the McDonald's, and I couldn't even get regular Egg McMuffins. I'm so aggravated with Canada. No Canadian bacon anymore. I had to get the sausage version of the Egg McMuffin. Just a little irritated with Canada. So we ate that, got in the truck, fueled up, and we made it here to Walcott, Iowa 80, world's largest truck stop. 76 degrees here. It's 8:35 p.m. This place is packed. Just got through eating, having dinner. Rosie's gone. If they call us to go get it and take it to Oregon, we'll go get it. We'll take it there. But I think I'm pretty much done with Quebec, other than Rosie. It's just kind of not how I would treat a Canadian if they come here to, do business in America. I just wouldn't treat them that way. I mean, I don't know if it's just customary in Quebec to be that way, but you know the whole story now. So Rosie's been gone. They probably decided they're either going to buy one or not by now. But really super nice guys at Uniboard. I mean, I can't, Jerome, and I don't know the other guy's name, super nice guys. Can't say so much for their Department of Transportation. So anyway, this is just a drill rig, a TR80, which is basically just attached to a Volvo excavator. I'm not real sure what Tallulah means, but it's obviously a Volvo. The attachment is made by, I don't remember, Bayshore is who it's made by. And it's just an EC350, which is a nice machine. Volvo makes really nice equipment. I can't say so much about their trucks, but their wheel loaders and excavators are they're first class, no doubt. Oh, there was one issue with this load. When we get there, they told us, and they even sent us a drawing from Bayshore, and they said this machine is 11'1" wide. So that's what I permitted, 11'1" wide. Well, it's 11'1" wide. If it's 11'2" wide by the tracks, which, see right here on the side, it says Bayshore. This is a very nice machine. So the tracks are 11'2" wide, which I would have run with, no big deal. But as I walk around to the other side of the machine, I see this here walkway. So I asked Mr. Nice Guy there at Scott Powerline Utility. I don't know his name. His wife probably tells him he's an asshole, because he is. I said, is somebody gonna take this catwalk off? We're not taking nothing off of it. I said, well, you told us it was 11-1 and it's 11-8. And while I don't really care about Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, and Iowa, the scale I have to cross in Tennessee is a training scale, and they're open 24 hours a day, so they will inspect me. Oh, that's your problem. I said, no, it's not my problem, sir. Somebody's either gonna take it off or y'all are gonna pay us to buy a new permit, and our Tennessee permit is 800 bucks. You pick. Makes no difference to me. We're not leaving without it one way or the other. Well, we're not doing it. So after I have a discussion with, I don't know if it's his boss or whatever, their comment was, he's a nobody. If you can get the permit amended, fine. If you got to buy a new one, just buy a new one and we'll pay you for the price of the new permit. Sounds good to me. I'll see if I can get it amended. So I know the guy that does the superload permits, Mr. Paul Eskew at the Tennessee DOT. He said, yeah, man, no problem. Just key it in and I'll approve it right now for you. Sounds good. So we did that and they amended our permit. We were on our way. When we get to that scale and I jump in there, and it was really kind of full, but there was enough room. If I would have been in line, it would have kind of made it to where everybody else would have had to bypass. And as soon as I get in there, the computer system kicks me out to the outside lane because they were full. And I was like, yep, that's just what we need. So this has been a great run. This here has topped it all off. It's the end of Rosie. You all know how it goes. Again, Rosie was easy. It was just an unfortunate situation. It was still a win. I mean, we lost, a good bit of revenue from sitting, but it is what it is, and we're okay with it. So tomorrow is Sunday. It's gonna be a lay day for us, and we're gonna unload right down the road from here. 8 o'clock Monday morning. So that's all I got, guys, and hopefully I'll have some more content for you. I'm gonna try to run the rest of this week and part of next week, and then I'm going home for my wife's graduation. She's graduating with her MBA, and that's a big deal to me, and I'll be there for her. So I'll keep showing you what I can, and maybe tomorrow we'll do a walk around this joint and show you some nice trucks. So we'll see you soon.